Hey guys, I am Hope and we are finally on week 2, workout 3 of phase 1 of our first trimester workouts. That was a lot of words, but that just means we are at the end of our 2 weeks that you're gonna be repeating all through your first trimester if you are following along for that. So again, all of these moves are first trimester safe. Obviously, always listen to your body with what feels best for you as you go. But we want to be focusing on building strength, building up our core, and getting a little bit of cardio in, depending on how you're feeling that day, of course, because we all know it feels a little bit different every single day. So starting today though, we are gonna be having a full body workout. We have 3 different sets. They are gonna be full body focused. Our first one is a bit of a longer circuit. Second one is a superset. Third one is a continuous core flow today. But we of course need to start off with making sure our bodies feel nice and warm. So we're gonna do just that. I want you to make sure your feet are shoulder width apart. We're gonna just start off with some simple body weight squats wherever you're at, just at your own pace. We're just squatting down and up. Good, good. Next time you are low, I want you to stay there. I want you to try to touch the ground and then rotate as best as you can. Some days this feels better than others. It's okay if you need to open up your hips and then reach. Good. Perfect. Good. Let's keep our hands on the ground, or you can undergrip your toes. I want you to lift your booty up to the sky and then simply lower it. Good. I always like to pretend like I have a string attached to my tailbone and it's just drawing it up each time. Good. Let's do one more. Booty to the air. And then I want you to just wrap your hands around your elbows and then just sway side to side if that feels comfortable for you. Perfect. Let's roll it up one vertebrae at a time. And then just start to go into some arm circles once you're there. Good. Just start small. I'm going forward to begin. Good, and then I'm gonna start to make it bigger, just the more I feel comfortable. Does not have to be fast by any means. Good, and then let's switch directions. Perfect. And then start to make it smaller as you go. Perfect, perfect. We'll hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. I want you to give one big stretch to the side and then one big stretch to the other side. Good. And if you find you want or need to hold it for a second, you feel that you're super tense in one spot, you can always hold it longer there. Good. Let's go one more on each side. Big stretch. And then one on the other. Shake it out. So like I said, we are gonna be doing a bit of a longer circuit for our first one today. It's full body. We got lower push and pull, upper push and pull. Don't worry if you do not know what that means. It just means we're hitting everything. I want you to make sure you still have a pair of lighter and heavier weights, just so you have an option to switch out. Our 4 moves that we're gonna be doing, you can use 1 or 2 of your heavier dumbbells for this first one. It is a dumbbell sumo deadlift. So feet are out at that 45 degrees, way wider than your hips. And we're hinging down and back in that sumo position. So you don't come super high up. We're focusing on that hinge more than anything else. Your second move, we have bent over rows. Feet are shoulder width apart, pulling into our side, just like so. Move number 3, you gotta push press, little squat, little press, and then a suitcase squat, reaching back for our heels behind us, okay? We'll start off with that dumbbell sumo deadlift. Again, feet are nice and wide. We start in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Good. So hinging behind versus a squat where you're just bending. These are a little bit funky, I will admit, because you're like, but I'm still bending my knees. So let me show you a little bit more. Pushing those hips back behind and lifting as you're going up. Good, good. Let's do a couple more in this get to know you round. We'll still have 20 seconds to rest and rest right there. Shake it out, switch out your weights if you want the lighter ones for our rows. Again, it's a bent over row. Both arms are working at the same time for our purposes today. Let's hinge it forward and pull to our side. So we're starting in front, pulling to those hip pockets. Good. Nothing too crazy, but I want you to make sure you're keeping that nice neutral spine. Good. Good, make sure you're activating your lats. Awesome. Big full range. If you're starting to feel it in your lower back at all, very common. I just want you to make sure you take a step back. That can alleviate some of the pressure a little bit. Good. And rest right there. You can keep those same weights with you. We got a push press. That means we're just pressing those weights up, and you can use a little squat to help you get a little push into that press. Hence why it's called a push press, okay? Let's bring those weights up to our shoulders and begin a little squat, little press. Good. Make sure you're getting that full range each time. Good. All the way. Beautiful. Good, you're over halfway there. Ooh. Stay with it. Think of it like a little quarter squat, big press. Keep going. Woo. You got 3, 2, and 1. Keep those weights with you. If you want heavier for your squats, switch them out right now. Feet are shoulder width apart for this squat variation. They're at your sides like you're carrying a suitcase, which is why we call it a suitcase squat. All right, roll those shoulders down and back and bend those knees as low as you're able to go. Good, good. Not necessary to necessarily squeeze at the top. You just want to be mindful of the muscles you're working. So think quads, touches on our glutes, and as always, core. Perfect. Keep those shoulders wide, chest open. Perfect. Let's get one more. Good, and rest. Beautiful. We got 1 round done. We're doing 2 more. Again, this is the longest round we're doing today. If you want to switch out for those heavier weights, do so now for your sumo deadlift, all right? Feet extra wide. And when you're ready, let's begin. Good. Hinging back and then lifting up just barely. Keeping those hips opening as you're going. Good, if you feel the shake, that's a good thing. Core stays tight. It is supporting you. It's supporting that lower back as well. If you're feeling your lower back, I want you to bring your navel into your spine. Good. Squeeze, breathe. Squeeze, breathe. Good. One more. Woo! All right. Switch it out if you need. We got those bent over rows. You got about 10 seconds. Why such short rest? I want us to make sure we're getting our heart rate up a little bit throughout this, just because, we need to make sure our heart is staying healthy, healthy, healthy. All right, let's begin. Good, big pull. With our rows, we're gonna make sure we're keeping that back nice and neutral as well. So if you need to reset at any point, stand up, bow forward, slight bend in your knees, and then pull. Awesome. You're doing great. Way over that halfway point. Feel that big stretch at the bottom and at the top. Good, good. You got 3, 2, and 1. I am switching out my weights for this next one. It was just a little too easy with my weights on the first one. I might regret my choice, but we'll see. We'll see, all right? Make sure you feel good with whatever you have. You can always switch it out as you go as well. No pressure there, all right? Little squat, little press. But why I switch this out is because a push press is a power-based move. So if you're just flinging your light weights up, that kind of takes away from the purpose of what you're doing. So little squat, you need that power to press the weight up. That is part of what we're doing. Woo! Good. Good, good. Keep it strong. Almost there. Good, you got 3, 2, and 1. That was a bit more challenging, but worth it. Worth it, worth it every time. All right, last one of round 2. We got our suitcase squats. Feet are shoulder width apart. Again, roll your shoulders down and back. Have a good form. Have good form to begin, always. All right, let's go. Perfect. Again, squatting versus a deadlift. I'm going down an elevator versus hinging. So just sink down and up. But keep that booty back. We always want to make sure our knees aren't tracking too far over our toes, just so we're getting the most out of it. Making sure our alignment is great. Good, and rest. Oh, this one is getting me. That's okay. That's why we're here. Big deep breath in, deep breath out. Last round of this first longer full body circuit. We got our sumo deadlift. Let's keep those same weights if you can. We'll start in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. So again, my heels glued to the ground. That is what's powering everything. Good. Come on. Beautiful. How you doing? You okay? Keep going. Pulling, pulling, pulling. Hitting those hamstrings, those glutes. Almost done. Good. And rest. Wherever you're at, I'm switching out, shaking out my hands, getting that grip back. Bent over rows, whatever you need for this last round of them. Do it. Grab it. I'm getting those lats. We'll start in 3, 2, and 1. Pull into the sides. Intentional reps. No rep is wasted as you go. Good work. Big pull. Thinking about squeezing your shoulder blades at the top each time. You've probably heard the pencil analogy where you're squeezing so hard you could like hold a pencil or a pen in between your shoulder blades. We want to think about that. Awesome. One more. And rest. Switch out your weights if you need to for our push press. Last time with them. Adjust, breathe. Let's grab those heavier weights. If you haven't, maybe try it out just to see. Bring it up. Let's go. Lift, squat, press. Good. Woo. Good. Control it. Over halfway. Good. Need to reset. Do that. And then right back in. Awesome. One more. Perfect. Last move of your first and longest circuit that we've done. We have our suitcase squats. Feet are shoulder width apart. Again, roll your shoulders down and back. Firm foundation underneath your feet. As many controlled ones as you can get in. Let's go. Good, good. Breathe in, breathe out if you need to catch your breath, like I do, but we'll have a big moment to really catch up in a second. I promise. Perfect. Almost there. You can hold on for about 10 more seconds. I know you can. Perfect. You have about 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you can, for real, put those away. Grab some water if you need it. Towel off if you need it. If that sweat is coming, great. Reminder that we're alive. All right, our second set, not nearly as long. We just have 2 movements that we're gonna be doing, more accessory focused movements. So we're gonna be doing 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest still. So same cadence that your body is used to. We're gonna be doing a narrow push-up. So that means elbows locked into our side. Why? Because I want us to get our triceps a little bit more, okay? So hands are still in good push-up position right underneath your shoulders, but we're going tight to our side as we go. However low you can go is great. Our second movement, you can go light or heavy with this. It is a glute bridge with a neutral press. So palms facing each other, just like so. All right, we're gonna start with that narrow push-up, activating our triceps. Go slow, go controlled. They are spicy. When you're ready, let's begin. Good, good. Again, elbows tight to your side as much as you can. Make sure you're getting that nice neutral spine all the way through. What do I mean by that? I mean, when I'm looking at you, it is a straight line from the crown of your head to your tailbone. So it's really easy to try to look up. It's easy to let your head hang. Nice, strong, neutral spine. Good. And rest right there. Grab whatever weights are gonna work best for you for this next one. Again, it's a hip lift or glute bridge with a narrow or neutral press. All right, on our back, we lift those hips up in 3, 2, and 1. Hips are up, and you're just pressing straight up, straight down. Keeping your elbows again tight to your side. This is not getting your triceps so much. This is really getting our chest in the front of our shoulders, while also adding in that stability element with having that constant hip raise, all right? So working many things, getting a lot of bang for your buck with one move, which is why I love it. You got 3, 2, and 1. 2 more rounds of that, my friends. Put those weights to the side. Narrow push up. to our side, or tricep push-up, whatever you know it as. It's close to your body, no matter what, all right? Let's get those hands out in that good position and begin. Good. Keep it tight. And then challenge yourself every time you do a rep. Can I get lower? Can I maybe get my chest to the ground? I don't know. If that's not for you today, whatever your range of motion allows, that's great too. And modification for any push-up, you can do it on an elevated surface. You could do it against a wall. Many options. If you're like, the floor is just not doing it for me, there's choices. So let's rest. Flip it over. Grab those weights that are working for you today. We're gonna be on our back. Booty goes in the air and it stays there. Catch your breath, catch your breath. We'll lift it up and then start that press. Straight up, straight down. Try to not let those weights go towards your face, but you see where your hands are? They're straight up from where your hands are when they're on the floor. Don't overthink it. Perfect. We are almost there, guys. So proud of you. I know this is a bit of a spicy one that builds on itself today. Doing great. Lift those hips up a little bit higher. Don't let it drop. 3, 2, and 1. Finish your last rep. One more of each of those. And then we are on to our quick, continuous core flow. Then we stretch. Then you're on with your day. Okay, let's start with that narrow push-up for the very last time. Remember to modify however you need. If it's on a wall, if it's on a chair, couch. But if you're doing it on the floor, join me right here. All right? When you're ready, begin. Good. And again, think about actively pushing the ground away. Double check your hands too. Make sure they are nice and flat. It's really easy on a push-up. I've seen it a lot where, and I used to do this too a long time ago, where we grip our hands because it feels like it's gonna be easier, but I promise that flat hand is going to help you long-term and make sure your form stays beautiful and we're not hurting ourselves. And rest. One more hip lift with that neutral press. Then we're onto our core flow. Then we stretch and then you're done. Yay. All right, on our back. Get ready, get ready. We'll start in 3, 2, lift those hips up, and 1, let's go. Good, straight up, straight down. And reminder too, if you don't have heavier weights and this is feeling easy for you, slow down the tempo as much as you can. So don't just go as many reps as possible. You can always create tension by squeezing and slowing. Perfect. Keep those hips up. Don't let it drop. Very tempting, I know, it happens. You got 3, 2, and 1. Weights are done. Put them to the side, wherever works best for you. We have our core flow. It's just gonna be 2 movements. We are gonna be going for 60 seconds of each of them though. Our first one is gonna be a lateral bear crawl. So a bear crawl, if you're not familiar or if you need a refresher, think of it like you're in tabletop and then you flip your toes underneath you and then you're lifting from here. So we're gonna be in that position and then we're just going side, yep, I know, to side as best as you can. If you need to take a break or if you just wanna do that bear hold, that will be great too. That's one movement and we do it just one time for 60 seconds. Then we'll take a 20-second break. And then our second move is actually more of a mobility move. It's a child's pose, like rocker. So we're gonna be having our knees nice and wide. We're rocking back and then pushing our hips gently forward, okay? It's gonna lead us into our stretch very, very well. All right, but we gotta get through those bear crawls first, 60 seconds. Let's begin. Let's start lifting up, and then when you're ready, we're just going side to side. Whatever distance your mat allows, that's what I want you to go for. Good. Try to keep that booty down. Really tempting to lift up. That happens a lot. So again, neutral spine as best you can. And if that means you have to slow it down, that's okay. You don't have to be fast. Awesome. Let's see, we got 20 seconds left. If your quads are feeling it, the front of your legs, that's normal. Good. Ooh, last 10 seconds, wherever you're at, I just want you to hold that bear hold. Hold. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I want you to rest. We have one more move, and it's one that really leads into our stretch, but is so good for if you are expecting. It helps with opening up our hips, making sure we're staying mobile, but also connecting to that pelvic floor in a great way. So again, it's similar to a child's pose stretch. Our knees are nice and wide. We're gonna have our hands up. We start it right now. We go back and then lean forward. So your hands are extended in front of you. So you'll feel that nice stretch in your shoulders as well when you're going back. Good. And go at your own pace. Good, feel that full stretch all the way through. Take it back. Reach with those hips. And then go up. We are almost there. You have less than 30 seconds left of this whole thing. Good, as you're going forward, you're squeezing, being mindful of your hips, going up. You have about 10 seconds left. Room for 2 to 3 more. Perfect. Last one, you're just gonna hold it for 3, 2, and 1, and then go right into that stretch. You just get to hold child's pose from here on out. Just let it all the way down. You're right into that stretch. We got just a couple minutes here. And then again, you're on with your day. Good, try to walk your fingertips out. Good, when you're ready, I want you to walk your hands all the way to one side. You're gonna cross your top hand over and then just let your head rest on that inside arm. You should feel a good stretch all the way through your shoulder and your upper back, through your mid back. You should feel a stretch through your inner thighs as well, with your knees being open. Hold it here for 3, 2, and 1. Same thing, you're gonna walk to the other side. Cross one hand over, rest it down. Feel that stretch all the way through. Ooh. Hold it here for 3, 2, and 1. Let's do our hip twisters to end it. Feet are facing the same direction. We're just rocking side to side. Let's do a couple stretches here. Good. Let's do one more each side. And then last one here. All the way. Beautiful. All right. That is all she wrote for today, guys. I always like to end my sessions with just prayer and being thankful for everything that I was able to do that day. So if you want to join me for that, we're going to finish with that. Otherwise, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day wherever it finds you. Dear God, thank you so much for just who you are, first and foremost. We could not do life without you. We could not be where we are without you. So we thank you, God, just for everything. We thank you for the ability to move our bodies, the ability to grow life inside of our bodies. May we not take that for granted, God. May we nourish our bodies throughout the day and take care of it in the best way that we know how. May you guide us through our days as well, God, and give us wisdom as we're on this journey. Jesus, we thank you. In Jesus' name we pray.